Hi, I am in the kitchen making bacon. And yes, I'm in my house robe because this is part of how we meal prep. We actually, on either Saturday or Sunday, and sometimes both, cook our bacon for the week. And folks ask a lot of times about how do you cook bacon? We bake our bacon in the oven. And once you have baked bacon, say that 5 times fast. Once you have baked bacon, you'll never want to cook it on the stovetop again. We love the texture. We love that we can cook 2-3 pounds at once, and we don't have to babysit it on the stove. It doesn't pop out with grease on our clothes and all over the countertop. And at lower heats, we haven't noticed that it really makes the oven messy. Maybe that's just because the oven is already naturally messy. We just don't notice. So let's talk about bacon. Not everyone eats bacon, but as part of our low carb diet, we really do enjoy bacon as a meal or adding it to dishes. Now, this is a Boar's Head brand. I've got it upside down. And I was looking at the nutrition information. It's really interesting because one serving size is 2 slices, which is about 12 grams. And it says that it's 5 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, and 0 carbohydrate. So 5 grams of fat and 4 grams of protein. So if I have 5 slices, which I've known to do, I would have 20 grams of protein, 25 grams of fat, and maybe trace carbohydrate. But the macros on that are pretty good. And I will eat 4 or 5 slices of bacon with coffee. And see, I've got my coffee this morning for breakfast. And this coffee, by the way, the mug was made for me by a sweet, sweet friend, Jan Novak, who is an admin in my Facebook group. And she put my Cooking Keto with Kristie logo, and just for today, which I'm always saying, just for today, I'm going to stay on plan, just today. And then the Sullivan, the Superman, has the word Sullivan in it. And I just love that. And she was so sweet to make this for me. And one for my husband, one for my son, and one for my daughter. And yes, it's full of coffee. And the kids use these more than anything else. So Jan, thank you for that. And I've got a Harris Teeter brand. Harris Teeter's a local store in North Carolina. And so this is just their store brand. And it says that 2 fried slices are 15 grams, so a little larger. And it's got 6 grams of fat, 5 of protein, 0 carbohydrate. So if I was eating my 5 slices, I would have 30 grams of fat, 25 grams of protein, and probably trace carbohydrate. Now, if you look at, I'm always telling folks to look at the ingredients, that the ingredients are just as important. Now, and people ask me all the time, how do you find bacon that doesn't have sugar in it? What matters is that carbohydrate count, and in this case, sugar is used in the curing process. And it actually tells you that cured with water, salt, sugar, sodium phosphates, sodium erythorbate, and sodium nitrate. Or I'm not sure I said that one word correctly. Over here, it says essentially the same thing, cured with water, salt, sugar, sodium phosphate. I mean, the exact same ingredients. So which bacon is better? What I like to say is the best bacon is the bacon I find on sale. This is on sale $4.99 a pound, which is pretty pricey for our area, but I love the Boar's Head bacon, just personal preference. And then this bacon, never really had a lot of bad bacon unless it has sugar in it. This is a Harris Teeter store brand. This is also a pound. Actually, this was 12 ounces. This was on sale for, I think, $1.99 or $2.50. So pound for pound, this is a 12-pound packet or 12-ounce package. This is a pound, 16 ounces. So, this is probably less expensive, but in terms of the quality of the bacon, like I said, I've never had any really bad. So I tend to stock up on what's on sale. I bought this because it was on sale. So how do we bake our bacon?
Well, hang on. I mean, let's be clear about this. You don't usually bake bacon.
Yeah, David says this isn't my recipe.
It's not your recipe.
What is my recipe?
Your recipe is to say, hey, honey, I'd love some bacon this morning. And that's the sign. David, go cook me some bacon right now. I'm hungry.
Well, it's not quite that direct, but often on Saturday or Sunday mornings, he will wake up first, and sometimes I lay in bed kind of sniffing because he'll often get up and put the bacon on, and then he'll bring me a plate of bacon in bed. And I can tell you that whatever recipe we share today, the best recipe is when someone else makes it for you and brings it to you in bed. Can't beat that one. So David is just laying.
And it usually makes her very happy.
It does.
Happy wife, happy life. There's a lot to be said for that.
And so we've already done one. David has already done one. And basically you just lay them out in single layers. Now, some people get all fancy, and we've never tried this. They twist the bacon and it takes up less room. We just put it in a single layer baking sheet and then put it in the oven. And you could probably put them closer together, squeeze more in. This is just 1 pound. This is a pack of the boar's head, I think. And we do bake, usually you do 2 to 3 pounds, depending on what we have in the fridge, but usually do 2 to 3 pounds. We all eat off of it. Usually me and David more than the kids. Jonathan every now and then. And then when we're done, we put it in a big Ziploc gallon bag and put it in the fridge. And the rest of the week...
Wait. Whose fridge does it go in?
Well, the rest of the week, I tend to want to eat it. And sometimes I take that Ziploc bag to work, and I have a breakfast, a lunch, I add it with burgers at lunch, and so it really comes in handy.
So sometimes it usually disappears on Monday morning.
Yeah, sometimes on Monday morning it goes to work with me. And bacon is such a workaholic, it just stays at the office. Anyway, so what we're going to do, and there's a bit of a debate among people who bake bacon about what temperature it should be baked at. So we're going to put one tray in, this tray I think at 400, I've lowered it, 375. We're going to bake this at 375. And honestly, how long you bake it really is one of those, you bake it till done, because some people like their bacon really well done and crispy. And I'm one of those people. And some people like it a little chewier and a little less done.
Opposites attract, right?
There you go. But anyway, I like it. I've put the heat on the oven at 325. I really like it low and slow. Actually, I may have lowered it to 300. I can't even remember. This, I think I put 375 and this at 300. I really love that low and slow. It takes longer, so you don't get that as gratification as quickly, but the texture is different. So we're going to show you, and I'll give you the times that we use for our bacon at 375 and 300, and we can kind of show you the texture. And it's just the lower heat is softer, it's more buttery. I can't even explain it, but hopefully you'll get to see it. Wish you could taste it. But let's put this in the oven. I'll go get a shower and get dressed, and then we'll show you what the bacon looks like, and we'll show you how to render the fat.
All right, let's cook.
Let's cook. Okay, we're back, and we've got lots of bacon to share. Well,
lots of bacon.
We have to share.
Well, there's not much sharing going on with bacon in this house.
Okay, let's tell you what we did. So the plate, what's on the plate, cooked for 35 minutes. At what temperature?
375.
So this was the faster, 375 for 35 minutes. And
it's
then
crispy.
It is crispy. In fact, I need to show you how crispy. You hear that crunch? My favorite way to have bacon. This is perfect. Now you did another at 375 for 30 minutes. Where's that one?
That was this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little chewier. And you can see where you see what's going on with that one. That's more your favorite. 30 minutes at 375, 35 minutes.
If you want, we can put that one back in the oven for a little while and get it the way you like it.
I'm good. These cooked low and slow. One did 300 minutes. At 300 degrees. How long?
For 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
This one did 300 degrees for, that's not right, 300 degrees for about 50 minutes. 300 degrees for about 50 minutes, but on a lower rack in the oven. So.
Yeah, and the lower rack matters. This is really soft and kind of chewy. As it cools, it will get more crisp. And this is the same kind of thing too.
Like this.
This is perfect. It's kind of crisp and kind of chewy. I don't know how many pieces I'm going to eat while we're doing this.
This one's really good.
It has a soft and buttery taste. I can't explain it.
It's delicious.
It's not chewy. It's just really soft, tender, and dripping fat on the table. But it's really, really good.
You have a cleaner to clean it up.
So, the really quick, who's my cleaner? You? Grace. Let's get Grace and Jonathan.
That's a great idea. The kids can clean it up while we eat bacon.
Then I'm going back to bed. So yeah, they're really crisp, nice. I mean, if you're going to do 375, 35 minutes is great. Actually, 35 minutes is what I like. If you're going to do the low and slow, 300 degrees for 50 minutes, a little longer, 20 minutes longer. But the texture on this is just fantastic. Now, what David has, we're going to show you how to render the fat, and this is exactly how we do it. We usually remove the bacon. We just take a pair of tongs and remove the bacon. But this, Walanda Stevenson, one of my followers, sent me this just out of the blue, and she was so sweet to do that. And so it has, it says grease, so it's for my bacon fat. So it has an area to catch it, and then it has like a little strainer. Now, we don't usually strain the fat, but look at this, how easy it just pours right off. That is liquid gold. And I'm going to put this right by my cooktop, and I'll use that bacon fat when I'm cooking eggs or vegetables. It's great for just putting in the skillet when I'm roasting things. And you'll see, even though we use that drainer, it's really pretty clean. I don't think you need to strain it. I mean, it's because it's delicious either way, and it just collects right in there. But there's a nice little built-in strainer, and like I said, I'll use it to roast vegetables. I use it in the skillet. I'll toss vegetables in it and throw it in the oven. This is like the good stuff. No seed oil, no canola oil, veggie oil in the kitchen here. But yeah, you just, as simple as David had it. Usually, like I said, we take the tongs and collect the bacon first, and then let it cool a bit. And that's been cooling a little bit. Let it cool just a bit, not until it solidifies, but just important, easy peasy. So thank you for sharing your recipe. And I shared mine. If you can't follow my recipe for, breakfast bacon in bed, just follow David's recipe and play around with the temperature, 300, 375. Some people do 400, and you're going to want to do as long as it is to meet your texture. But if you haven't tried kind of this low and slow way of doing it, it really is yummy. You can even go down to 275, 250. It just is going to take a little longer. Isn't it good? I think you may have a new favorite. I'm going to have to sleep in longer since it'll take him longer to make the bacon. If you bake bacon and render the fat, I hope that your family enjoys it as much as we do.